Hi everyone, I'm Tammy. And so for everybody that's not familiar with me or doesn't know me, I thought I would do an introduction as far as the who, what, why, where, and how of aromagenomics and the real foundation to um, creating change in our health. We The first thing that comes up when I say that is the compelling why. Why do we do anything that we do? And so, why am I doing this? Well, I am doing this because I truly want, just genuinely want people to be well. It's our inherent right. And I'm intrigued by health. I have been since I was a teenager working in pharmacies. That's where I began this journey, is working with pharmaceuticals and just really I was pharmacy tech before there was a program for becoming a pharmacy tech, and really enjoyed it. And there was just something about it. I can't put words to it. However, I've watched far too many people suffer from their health, and so I have this real yearning to give people the opportunity to take their wellness into their own hands. If you actually follow any of the links that I've got listed here on this channel, you'll find there's a link there to a Facebook page called You Are Source. That is really how I feel. Each one of us is the source of our own wellness. And so what I propose to do here with these videos is to empower people to actually recreate and reinvent what wellness is for them, and help people to establish really solid relationships with themselves and begin to identify what their bodies actually need. My theory is that each one of us is a walking chemistry lab. There's millions of chemical reactions occurring in our body. As I sit here and talk, each one of us is going through them. And everything that we ingest, whether inhale, apply, anything that we consume is affecting our chemistry. And so I want to work here and providing you with the tools that you could use to begin to identify when your body is saying, hey, wait a minute, this isn't going to work for me. Or, hey, I really like this. Thank you. Because that's what this is. It's really about a relationship with the body and allowing the body to guide us and carry us forward in life and as well as possible. So with that said, that's my compelling why. I don't know. I don't have any words to explain where this comes from. It's just something that I have wanted to do, and I have done throughout my life, which is to give people information because my dad was actually taking a test one time, I guess, when he was in college, and the question on the psychology exam was why. My dad ended up writing like about, I think, 3 or 4 pages worth of reasons why, and he failed the exam. Why did he fail the exam? Because the answer was because. So that's my answer for the compelling why. I'm doing this because. If you like what you hear, definitely like these videos. If you want to hear something that I'm not speaking about or you have questions, please post them in the comments sections below each one of the videos, and I'll make a point to make videos around your questions. I won't get into very, very specific things when I do these videos because health is not a one-size-fits-all. It's just not. It's the reason why medications don't work for very long and why we start to see problems there, why we have adverse reactions with some medications. It's the reason why even taking supplements, whether it be herbal or for that matter using essential oils, they just don't work that long because there's adaptations that occur. And getting the body to keep itself regulated is very, very important. Now, I work with essential oils because they are the instructions. They provide the instructions for the DNA, just like they do for the plant. The way a plant repairs its DNA and heals itself, the information that the plant obtains is identical to the way the human body does. And what science has discovered is that they study plants, they can come up with the ingredients that are necessary for creating new medications. Now, at some point, I will go into why medications don't work for very long, why we start to see side effects, and then a need for another medication. We'll go into why oils don't work for very long, and why, and so why when people talk about alternative or holistic health, there's some people are kind of not sure about it. They haven't had the greatest experiences with it. So we'll go into things like that. I want to talk about the quality of oils. What really constitutes a good oil? These are the things that you're going to get. We're going to talk about the genome. We're going to talk about why I use these at a genetic level, because they will change your life when you actually know how to apply these. So these are the things and more that you'll be getting through these videos. And like I say, whatever questions you have, I encourage you to please either email me in the email address attached to this channel, or just make the comments below, and I will do everything that I can. With regards to the more personalized information, that would have to be done via a consult, which we can establish if that's something that you would like to do. And I'll give you an example right now, actually, when I'm thinking about it. So a good example, lemon. Lemon's not suitable for everyone. Well, why is that? Because we know lemon to be antiseptic, we know it to be uplifting, we know it, it's got all these really wonderful qualities, and, it's diuretic, so it helps to flush, reduce inflammation. So what is going on with lemon that I would say that it's not for everyone? Well, lemon has a combination of constituents that actually affect dopamine levels. And depending on your genetics, you may not, you may have dopamine issues. I want to actually say that again. So lemon actually slows down the production of dopamine. It actually helps to regulate the production of dopamine. If you do not have enough dopamine in the brain, that's not a really good oil for that. People who have addictions generally have dopamine issues. People with Parkinson's absolutely have dopamine issues. Low dopamine, I'm going to say it that way, low dopamine issues. They found that in schizophrenia, people have too much dopamine. So there's some regulation that needs to occur, and lemon therefore is not good for everyone, because if you actually have low dopamine, it might help you. It might actually kind of make you, kind of feel more energized. Definitely will clear, whatever, keep things clean and clear up bacteria and reduce inflammation. There's no question it'll do that, because that's the reason why we have these books that talk about aromatherapy, and they give you the qualities of every oil. However, beyond that, even though now once you've achieved the initial results that you're looking for, which should either be antiseptic or anti-inflammatory, now you have the underlying effects happening that you may not be well aware of. And so every time, and so if you're like constantly using lemon, and using it and using it and using it, you are inhibiting your body's ability with dopamine and to use dopamine, whatever dopamine it has. You're actually interfering with that. So it's really important to know where you stand in these arenas before you select an oil. If you go into and look at these aromatherapy books, which I can't thank people enough for producing them, and so that we have this information available, there's a lot of similarities between the oils. And that's due to the fact that a lot of them share similar ingredients, the constituents. However, there's other ingredients that are in these oils that that the body's actually using. That's what makes them holistic. It's not just because they're natural, it's because they work with the whole system. And these are the ideas that I want to bring to the table and discuss with you so that you actually understand. And again, like I say, you have the tools that will help you begin to make more aware choices that actually benefit you as opposed to what's going to benefit the neighbor or your child. Because like I said earlier, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Actually, none of it is. And I really wish we could do away with this whole this medicine is good for this. I mean, if you actually look at it, now we have, a great one is Botox, the first one that comes to mind. You know, Botox was initially brought to the market therapeutically for migraines, and now it's being used for anti-aging and as well as apparently irritable bladder. So it's not a one size fits all, and we have to be really careful because there again, when I'll give you a brief idea with regards to medication, or for that matter, additives in our food or colors in the food, preservatives, ingredients in our body care products. The body actually is designed to metabolize and break down toxins. Now, can it identify toxins? No. But it breaks down every chemical that we consume. And if we have issues with various genes for that purpose, we are not detoxing as well, if at all. And therefore you have contraindications. So it sounds complicated, I know. Trust me, my head swims a lot, and at the same time, though, it's really very simple once you get it and you have some guidance to get through it. But I want to go back to saying that it starts with a really solid relationship with your body and beginning to ask for things that you wouldn't ordinarily ask for from your healthcare professionals, to make sure that you are being completely taken care of. That said, I really want to emphasize as well that this protocol that I'm proposing is scientifically backed. Because as I mentioned a while ago, the way we develop our medications and the research that so many of us are so good about donating to, these different causes, are studying plants. It's the reason why I'm sitting here with these guys. I have a really deep relationship with plants and really appreciate everything that they bring to our lives. It's a real synergy between the human and other animals and the plants. So anyway, it is scientifically backed. I want to reassure you of that. Every bit of information that you get from me has been established in labs. It's been used with countless people that I've worked with over the years as I've developed this. And a lot of it's based on the Human Genome Project. That was a 15-year project that I believe was completed around 2003. Well, the first stretch of it, but they continue to research the genome. And it's a very fascinating aspect to our development and our adaptations. So I think that's where I want to leave it at this point. Who is this good for? Well, anybody who's interested in their health and trying something that, if you've reached the point in your life where, you've tried everything and nothing's worked, you might want to take a look at some of this and actually talk to me about it. I work very closely with mental health issues, what I would like to call mental wellness. It's about establishing emotional safety within ourselves, so that we can be powerful and have dynamic relationships with other people. It's about creating a ripple effect on the planet. I have spent a great deal of time working with addictions, autism, as I mentioned earlier, schizophrenia, autoimmune. These are all components that I have worked with. I will not call anything a disease or a disorder. These are just merely symptoms that the body's out of balance. I do work with people nutritionally. If you have any questions about my extensive background, you're welcome to visit my LinkedIn profile, where there's a bio there that gives you a breakdown of my background and who I've worked with and where I've gotten my training. And like I say, if I have any request, it is just to make sure whatever you do, please ask me. This is not a way of coming out against anybody. This is merely, it's time. It's merely a response to the horrific epidemics that we're seeing in degenerative diseases and mental health issues and the stigma around this. And stress is another one. Stress is, they talk about stress being, a killer. I'll do a whole video on stress. In fact, I think right after I finish this one, I'm going to do one on stress. So if you're interested, please check out the next video, because the stress that we experience on a daily basis, whether we know it or not, is doing far more damage to us, and it's creating a lack of safety internally. And if I have any promise to make about this level of work, it's to restore a sense of safety within ourselves. Why does that matter? Because the safer we are with ourselves, the more we can be safe with other people. And again, it comes back to that ripple effect. When our chemistry is imbalanced, anything's fair game. And being able to understand what our body is reacting to and how to balance that is really necessary. So with that, I give you a farewell for now, and thank you for joining me, and please subscribe. This was my first video, so if there appeared to be any level of discomfort and kind of, hesitation, it'll get better. The more I talk about a topic that this is very passionate for me, and I'm doing this completely unscripted. So if I overstep something or forget something, you're welcome to prompt me and just say, hey, I have a question about this, and I'll come back on and make sure that everything that we talk about here is addressed, or that everything's addressed. So yeah, thank you very much, and stay tuned for a talk about stress. Bye.